an 8 out of 10 cats. He's got the X Factor, it's Ollie Murs. North America's funniest, it's Russell Peters. And their team captain, John Richardson. And facing them tonight, Pussycat Doll, it's Kimberly Wyatt. Stand-up guy, it's Matthew Crosby. And their team captain, Sean Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 80% of all pictures on the internet are of naked women? Who knew? Men knew. 7% of Britons have got in trouble telling lies at work. In my experience, they get particularly upset when they find out you're not actually a doctor and that isn't actually a thermometer. And apparently the human heart creates enough pressure to squirt blood 30 foot. Isn't the type of thing you should write in a Valentine's card. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It was Thanksgiving this week, so in celebration, it's our panellists' job to guess the top 3 ways America has changed the world. Sean, your team first. How do you think America has changed the world?
Is it they went to the moon? America went to the moon, which nobody else has done.
It's an incredible achievement.
It is, it's an incredible achievement.
It's kind of the greatest thing mankind has done.
I don't know if I believe the whole moon thing.
You don't believe we went to the moon?
Definitely up there.
I was doing a show in Houston last year, and I was about to get on the bus, and there was these 3 Indian kids waiting for a picture. And I go, yeah, let's take a picture. And she goes, you know, you're very popular in our university. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
He's allowed to do that voice.
Well, that's how she sounded. If she didn't, I wouldn't, I'd be like, well, you're very popular. But like, so I go, oh, cool. What are you taking? She goes, astrophysics. And I go, wow. So have we been to the moon? And she goes, they say we've been to the moon. And I go, well, yeah, they said it, but have we been to the moon? She goes, they said we've been to the moon. I go, have we or have we not been to the moon? She goes, it's not physically possible to go to the moon as a human. Like, she said the radiation is so thick after you get to 700 miles above the Earth that our skin would fall off.
Well, I think we've got to try it, and I nominate Ollie. Well, because you might not come back. Oh, you're too adorable. Look at his little face.
But surely, Russell, there's been so many programmes exploding the conspiracy theories around it. Not all astrophysicists are sort of in the thrall of NASA and
also,
the CIA.
the astrophysicist you met was getting a photo with you as you walked onto a bus. I think some of the finest astrophysicists aren't waiting by the bus.
You look back at the time, and they were in the space race with Russia, so they were trying to beat Russia to the moon.
Well, also, it was the Cold War they were showing off.
Yeah, we've never been back.
If they have been back, they've been there. They didn't just go once.
They went 7 times, but they haven't been for 25 years, I think, since 1974.
Well, what's the point? There's nothing there. I went to Basildon once. I'm not going back there.
What's wrong with Basildon?
Kimberly, you're a proud American, right?
Yes.
Now, the moon mission, they're saying it didn't happen. It did happen, right?
I would like to believe that it did.
Well, even that seems a bit non-committal into it. But let's take it as read that they landed on the moon. That is an incredible achievement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Matthew,
Yes.
your thought?
Yeah.
Well, also you can now go up to space, can't you? There's sort of if members of the public are allowed to.
Yeah, Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic, you can go up to sort of 0 gravity.
Yeah, he says anyone can go up. Costs 200 grand. So literally, anyone can go up. It's good news. So yeah, maybe we'll have civilians on the moon soon. It could happen.
Yeah, and if Ryanair do it, you'll end up on Mars.
Let's see if the space race is one of the ways America changed the world. Yes, the space race. Before mankind commits to the astronomical expense of returning to the moon, we need to ask ourselves some searching questions. Like, how much cheese do we really need? OK, John, how do you think America's changed the world?
Music?
Yeah, sure. That's
there'll
a good
be
one.
music, rock and roll.
Go with hip-hop, too.
Hip-hop, yeah.
The hippity-hop.
Yeah.
The what?
The hippity-hop?
That was the least funky thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'll tell you what my bugbear with the music's, right, that they do.
Stop calling it the musics, because you're even making unhip people feel uncomfortable.
Fine. Enjoy your musics, do all that, but don't screw with grammar as well. Like rock roll was the first time it was accepted. Like, well, we can't say and, we can't say rock and, so now it's rock and now it's spread to fish and the chips. There's a reason it's not Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, because there's nothing wrong with saying rock and roll just to make yourself sound cooler, just because rock sounds cool, but I'm not having it.
Well, of course, Elvis is credited as kicking off rock and roll, but of course, these days, Ollie, people don't even know what show he was on.
They did Frank Sinatra as well, though. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. You said Michael Jackson was a big influence on you.
King of pop, yeah.
King of pop.
I think he's influenced on any artist in this industry. Massive.
Not just in this industry.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I really held back.
It.
No, say what you want about him. He was a hell of a paedophile. Who's the biggest influence on you, or the Pussycat Dolls?
I mean, growing up as a dancer, Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul, Michael Jackson.
But surely it's Madonna, isn't it, for female artists? Because she was the first one to do that thing. She had the headset on, first one to do that. Yeah, they all do that now, don't they? The lady dancer, move around, and then they go... I don't know what that means. Like, wait till I get you home. Right? Madonna, she's a very powerful influence, isn't she, on the ladies?
I think Lady Gaga's trying to take her place, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like Lady Gaga. She's a good-looking fella.
Way to come out of the closet. Way to come out of the closet now, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga's like, you know, again, it's sort of quite iconic. They're good at coming up with sort of iconic... Pussycat Dolls as well.
Music's shit, though, isn't it? Her music's shit, isn't it?
Are you kidding? You're kidding, right?
Reason.
Poker
Like,
face.
Ella Fitzgerald...
She's bluffing with her muffin.
Yeah.
What more do you want from a song?
Must have been the greatest singer of the last century, Ella Fitzgerald, right? She's such a good singer, she didn't feel the need at some point to think, should I cover myself in meat? Does the song need that? You know, there's a certain amount you have to do to, like, you're distracting people from the music because you've got a lobster on your head. Maybe they won't listen to this bit where I can't sing. They just look at the lobster going... She's rubbish!
But there's so many artists out there. I think artists are forced to find ways to be recognized and be seen so that their music can then be accepted.
To be fair, Elvis was amazing, but a lot of his notoriety came from rotting thin air. Well,
It's a good point, well made. It's just an earlier, you know...
That's the single worst Elvis impression I've ever seen.
Can we have your Elvis again?
That looks like... that looks like the closing credits of Last of the Summer Wine where they're going down a hill.
Let's have a look and see if rock and roll music is up there. Yes, rock and roll. Rock and roll was born in 1955 with Bill Haley's Rock Around the Clock and was beaten to death in 2009 by Joe McElderry. You were robbed. Where is he now, eh?
I don't know, he's probably at home watching this.
Hey, Joe McElderry. He's joking, of course. He's driving the minicab. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing to get. How else has America changed the world?
So fast, doesn't it? It's amazing. Should have been in the Wild West. If it was buzzers rather than guns. The food. The fast food. Quick food, fast food, straight, no messing around. Just
Fast.
Straight through, got your food off, gone.
Straight through, I think, describes it aptly.
Yeah.
Kimberly, you look as if you eat an awful lot of fast food, clearly.
No to fast food.
No to fast food.
No to fast food.
What-
Organic and natural is the way to go. Stay in the produce aisle.
But surely all vegetables are organic.
No, but they're not. You really do have to look for the label that says organic.
Yeah, Jimmy.
No, it's true.
I think all it means is
Pesticides and
organic,
chemicals.
but organic, technically, it means more expensive and muddy. You live in Los Angeles, don't you, Russell?
I do.
OK, so favourite fast food joint?
I really don't do that much fast food, but I'll go Mexican fast food, if anything. Del Taco, good gas.
It's not only delicious when you eat it, but also afterwards you go, oh. Fragrant.
No smell, just gassy.
Just gassy.
Loud, it's loud. It's like a Mexican coming out of your ass, really, is what it is.
And when it comes out, does it mow your lawn?
Do you eat fast food? You don't look as if you eat fast food. Are you allowed to eat
yeah.
fast food? Does Simon tell you you can't eat it?
No. I'm trying to keep the timber down, you see. Try and keep in good shape.
The timber down?
Yeah, timber.
Don't say keep the timber down and do that, because people think you're talking about something else. There's a wood connotation to timber. Yeah, baby, trying to keep the timber down. Well, surprisingly, that's not in our top 3. People criticise McDonald's, but if it wasn't for McDonald's, where else would we take a shit in the town centre? Right, fingers on pulse, one more thing to get.
The world of movies and Hollywood and glitz and glamour. I've been to Hollywood.
Of course you have, look at you.
I went out there.
On a geography field trip.
And I've been to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You haven't got a star on the Walk of Fame, have you? The Pussycat Dolls haven't got a Walk of
No, we don't.
Walk of Fame star. Because I walked along, sort of checking out all the names, and like Rin Tin Tin's got one, and Lassie, and Godzilla. Who are they going to get next? The Lurpak bloke with the trombone? I mean, it's just... It seems like anyone can have a star on the Walk of Fame.
The problem with Hollywood is it's too cool and it just makes your real life look shit. Like, once in my life, I would like to be able to do a speech like he does in Gladiator, where he turns around and does all that. But you can't. Member of the AA, owner of a knackered microwave, and I will have my pudding. In this room or the next.
I think what Hollywood has done to a cinema, in one way, has ruined it, is because all the food people take in, people who never normally litter anywhere, in cinema, they just finish their popcorn, they just go boom, like that. With cans of boom, like that. People just chuck shit everywhere, and the lights come up, and it looks like Dale Farm.
Now, Kimberly, the Pussycat Dolls started in sort of Hollywood, didn't they?
Yeah, in Los Angeles. Before I was even in the group, it was a dance troupe for about 10 years at the Viper Room.
Yeah.
Back when Johnny Depp owned it, he was actually the person that told Robin to give it a name, and that's where Pussycat Dolls was born.
You were number 3 in the Pussycat Dolls, aren't you?
Number 3.
Well, sorry, I ordered it in my head. Have you made any films out there, Russell? You're in Hollywood.
I have. I've been a couple.
You're in Source Code,
I was in Source Code.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah, you were in Source
Thanks.
Code.
You were
in Source
Have you
Code.
seen Source Code?
Nobody.
Yeah, it's a great
You're in
film.
Source Code, and you played basically yourself. You played quite a grumpy man on a train.
I played a grumpy version of me.
You get the best line in the whole film, I think.
Which one?
I'm on my way to an asshole convention.
Oh, yeah?
I recognise him. I recognise this geezer from somewhere. Just watching that film recently.
Let's have a look and see if Hollywood is one of the ways America has changed the world. Yes, indeed. Yes, Hollywood. If you're a pretty girl with a dream, then you should go to Hollywood. If that dream is to lie on a couch while being screwed by a fat, bald man with a cigar, then so much the better. So those were the top ways America changed the world. But other things that didn't quite make our list. America gave us social networking. By the age of 23, computer programmer Mark Zuckerberg had created Facebook. And amazingly, within just 3 short years, he'd lost his virginity. Starting wars. America entered the Second World War 2 years late. Stung by the criticism, it's made sure it got in nice and early with every war since by starting them. And America gave us Disneyland. Of course, the best ride at Disney is the girl that works in the toffee apple kiosk. At the end of that round, Sean, Matthew and Kimberly have 2 points. John, Ollie and Russell have 1. The next round is pick of the polls. Johnston, what do you like the look of?
I should do that. Look at that.
You're going for the man doing karate. There's a clip to illustrate your question. Have a look at this. Pretty impressive stuff.
The Sisters of the Holy Family serve what is perhaps the most crime-ridden area of Philadelphia. Their orphanage is in constant danger of vandalism and burglary. Unwilling to give up after some 80 years of service to the community, the sisters have turned to the Old Testament for a solution. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Their skills are predominantly protective and defensive. But should human life or chastity be at stake, the good sisters are well prepared for sterner measures.
It's funny you think they'd use nunchucks.
Nunchucks!
Come on!
OK, your related question. Most men would rather be good at martial arts than DIY. True or false?
Well, why can't you have both? Just total all-round guy.
Yeah, you put up a shelf and then take it straight down.
What's DIY?
What is... Stop doing DIY and Kung Fu at the same time. Kimberly has a question. Kimberly.
What is DIY?
It's putting up shelves. You know, DIY, do it yourself.
Like carpentry?
Yes, carpentry.
Yeah, carpentry.
Joinery. You know, all kinds of things. Plumbing, you can do a bit of plumbing in it.
Okay.
What do you call that in America, then?
Handyman.
Handyman.
Or Mexican.
There's no real benefits to being good at DIY, whereas, you know, martial arts.
There's no benefit to being good at DIY. DIY is impressive, I think. If you can do... I've got nothing. I've got no ability to change plugs and do things around the house, and it's emasculating.
Yeah, but if you're gonna get robbed in an alleyway, you don't want to be like, hey, I'll build you a shelf. And you can put my wallet on there.
You've got a really high shelf, you won't be able to reach it. Very good point. And also, you get to make those noises, don't you, with martial arts, like... And you only make those noises if you're really bad at DIY. Oh, fucking
Wait, do you become Irish when you do DIY?
Do you do any martial arts?
I used to do a little bit when I was younger, yeah.
What did you used to do?
Just martial arts, yeah.
Oh. No, sorry, we're talking about
Wax
fighting
off.
rather than just cleaning windscreens.
Wax on.
What was it? Mixed martial art? Was it karate? Was it?
Just, no, it's
I just want to know what I'm dealing with if things kick off between them.
It's going to kick off, you'll be fine. But what do the women prefer, though? Martial arts or DIY?
Martial art, yeah, the DIY, they came in pretty quick, though. They seem keener. They seem more desperate.
It's DIY short term with a boyfriend, isn't it? And then martial arts long term when you've got a nice house to protect.
Have you ever... I mean, because presumably with the dancing, you become very fit and you become very flexible and stuff. Have you ever tried any martial arts? Have you ever...
I've done kickboxing.
You've done kickboxing? So you could beat someone up?
Yes.
Only if it's a box.
OK. So, Seanstein, what are you going to go for? What do you think people would prefer?
I think most men would rather be good at martial arts.
OK. You're going martial arts. What do you think you're going to go for, John?
Well, I think it's DIY, because you would save money then, wouldn't you? And people are tight, so...
DIY.
OK, I can tell you the answer is false. 62% of men would rather be good at DIY than martial arts. They're right. In a fight, I let my fist do the talking. Please don't hurt me. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Worst thing about shopping for clothes?
Women.
Oh. You don't like shopping with?
No, when you go out with women, it's always a bit of a... I'm sure the other guys here will vouch for me.
You're crazy. It's great. It's the best thing ever. They come out and they look at a different dress and go, oh, my God, that's totally different, that outfit. And...
You think, well, I don't know about that one, because I don't know... Try the first one on again.
If you're lucky, you can see a little crack in Joe's room, you can see somebody's knickers.
That is
I mean,
the best.
That's the best thing ever, but you have to go out shopping a lot to get that. That's going to happen on every 10th trip, you're going to get that.
Oh, but when it happens, a bit... Oh.
Yeah.
A well-placed mirror and a bit of weird side boob.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Somebody's casually forgotten and they've bent over, knocked the curtain back, and you just got, like, maybe 2 seconds of it, and you just go, ah, that's why I'm alive!
Do you like shopping?
I'm not the biggest shopper ever. I hate trying things on. That's what puts me off.
I always think it's weird trying things on because it only really tells you what it looks like when you're standing up. Mm-hmm. And it's a bit different when if you sit down, you kind of, you know... Well, OK, if I suck everything in and stand here in front of a mirror at a weird angle, this looks delightful.
They should have loads of different things in there for you to see how you look on them. For example, they have, like, a bicycle. And you could... Exactly. And then, like, a swing. It doesn't look so good on the swing.
I don't like, at the moment, there's shirtless men standing outside shops, sort of intimidating me. It's an American thing, isn't it? Where
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah,
Abercrombie
exactly.
and Fitch. It's a bit like saying, look, you'll never look like this. Cover yourself up, mate.
John, do you shop ever?
No, I just have to wait until someone my size dies. I bought a pair of shorts from a charity shop once. And I wasn't sure about it because they were $150. I was like, Got them home. £20 note. Best day of my life.
OK, I'll give you a clue. It's bad for your confidence, I would say.
Oh, it's the intimidating shop staff.
No, rude shop assistants.
Size, your size.
I will give you that. I'll give you that. The correct answer is not finding anything that fits. Yeah. That's actually why the London riots went on for 3 days, because a lot of people ended up looting the wrong size trainers. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Ollie and Russell have 2 points, Sean, Matthew and Kimberly have 3 points. They're the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. If you want more, tune in to 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut on Sunday. That's it from us. Good night.
It's Jack D. Dagenham Princess, it's Stacey Solomon. And their team captain, John Locke. And facing them tonight, sex, cheese, and rock and roll, it's Alex James. This charming man, it's David O'Doherty. And their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 3 in 10 households don't own a book? And before you start arguing, the Domino's menu is not a book. Scientists claim that up to 70% of British men are related to Tutankhamun. I think what they're saying is, somewhere in the very distant past, we've all got the same mummy. And 52% of dog owners pet their pooch whilst driving. I sometimes pet my girlfriend's pooch whilst driving. But I stroke her puppies first, I'm not an animal. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. Tonight, it's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 3 most annoying things about modern life. John's team, you ought to go first. What's the most annoying thing about modern life?
It's hard for me to be specific because I pretty much hate everything. And I think I would have hated everything whatever era I was in.
Wow. Apart from cardigans.
Love a cardigan. Yeah. Who doesn't love a cardigan? You guys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I don't own a cardigan.
You don't own a cardigan?
My nan's got loads.
Maybe I'll take her number.
We're obviously all out of our depth, Jimmy, with this subject. As comedians, we don't really think about things that annoy us that much.
Because you're very much sort of in the clowning tradition, I feel.
I am. You know.
You bring joy to the world.
I am. A little bit of sunshine I like to bring into the world. I don't know. Ask the tramps, what do they think?
Tramps. I've been on...
Is it our shop doorways are getting smaller?
I've been trying to get healthy recently, and that's quite annoying.
What's your health regime?
I bought a box of muesli. Which is it's all of the other breakfast cereals have like a cartoon character on the front. But if muesli were to have a picture, it should just be an old lady crying. Just, help me, shit.
Generationally, I think we will be remembered as the generation who invented the gastric band. When they look back on us, they'll go, what were people up to then? Well, they had to staple their stomachs closed because they couldn't stop shoveling shit into them. There's been industrial revolutions, there's been civil wars, but if it's there, I can't resist a bonbon. Yes, you can.
I can't refuse food, never. Never have, never will. I don't exercise.
You must exercise a bit.
I had to exercise once for the triathlon, and everyone was coming out of the triathlon like, oh, I feel exhilarated, I'm doing it next year, I'm signing up now. I was like, oh my God, get me out of there, I'm never doing this again. What a horrible thing to do. Who puts himself up for this?
I don't like it if people... It's all very well if you're on a diet, but I do think, you know, what you do in the privacy of your own home, that's your business, right? But
Thanks,
if you come out, then don't bring your diet with you. That's the rule to me. When you get people come over and, you know, have you got any macrobiotic food, please? No, I'm going to barbecue.
Well, whenever I'm cooking, I always make sure there are dishes available. Well, I always make sure there's a vegetarian choice when I'm cooking. They can make do or they can fuck off.
I had a bacterial stomach infection recently. And I lost I lost 2.5 stone. And I guess it's more just an indication of the superficial times we live in. Everyone I met just went, you look brilliant. And I you have a healthy glow, it's a poo smell.
This is the basic thing that we as a generation haven't understood about our bodies, is that our mouths are bigger than our arseholes.
I'll tell you what worked for me. When Blur got back together, I started running to get back into my Britpop trousers. But one night I got caught out and it got dark before I got home. And so I ended up running around the woods in the dark. And I got home and I burnt like 2,000 million calories and my average heart rate had been like 106% of maximum because I was cacking it. Running around the woods in the dark with a torch on.
You take a...
That's the best way to lose weight.
Jack wants to say something. No, I don't want to say something.
Jack wants to say something.
No,
say it, Jack, please.
Shut your mouth.
It'll be good, Jack.
I was going to say you could take a video and call it the Blur Witch Project. I don't want to say it. Just shut up. Don't make me say it.
OK, let's have a look and see whether dieting and exercise annoys people. Yes. Yes, the pressure to diet and keep fit is annoying. Some ladies don't exercise because they worry they'll look stupid. Ladies, you don't look stupid. What's stupid about an 18-stone woman in size 8 leggings sweating like a whore in church on a bike that's going nowhere? Chauncey, what else do you think people find annoying about modern life?
Is it war?
Well, we're looking for things that are annoying. I mean, it is annoying.
Can you turn it down? Don't know what's the news. No, the advertising people. The adverts in your brain.
I love adverts.
Really?
Yeah. You know when have you seen the milk one? Where he goes, Lisa, love, I swear I've changed. I'm not the same anymore. It's this milk standing talking to this woman because he's got rid of his lactose or something. She can drink him now.
Are you broken?
It's a great advert.
I would deliberately boycott any product that they advertise by making something that doesn't talk. Because there's enough stress looking after people I care about without having to feel like I was rude to my breakfast. Hi, I'm full of friendly... You're a yoghurt. You are a yoghurt. Don't talk to me. And then by the time you've said that, you've already lost. Another guy in a cardigan shouting at a yoghurt in your kitchen.
A survey recently said that the most annoying advert in Britain is the Go Compare.
I don't like the compare the market ones. I tell you what, I think they're racist. You know, with the simples, the Russian accent. It's racist. Basically, what they're saying is Russians are like little furry creatures. If those meerkats had Chinese voices, they'd say if it's comparethemarket.com. It's outrageous. You can't do that. It's not comparethemarket.com. You can't do that. I mean, I can because I'm making a satirical point. If it was Nigeria, like comparethemarket.com. You can't. That's really outrageous. But it's all right to have a Russian accent.
No, just give it a minute. He can definitely dig himself deeper.
Imagine if it was played in Mexico, like...
No!
Comparethemarket.com.
I've got an advertising fact for you. Alexandra, the meerkat from the Compare the Market ads, released a best-selling autobiography last year.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's doing well.
Yeah. How does he hold the pen?
I looked it up on Amazon. It said people who bought this also bought timeshares in Narnia.
Let's have a look and see if advertising is up there. Yes, being bombarded with adverts is another thing that annoys us all. People say adverts aren't effective, but I know exactly who I would go to if I wanted to compare insurance quotes. Quotezone.co.uk. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing to get.
I think air fresheners are the most annoying aspect of modern life, and I think they're unnecessary. If you have air fresheners in your house, you're not washing enough. You want to open the window.
Hey, so speaking of scents, you've just released perfume, haven't you?
Yeah.
Releasing a fragrance.
I thought that was a really polite way of saying she's farted.
No.
You've just released a perfume,
Smell my
haven't you?
What's your perfume called?
It's called Smile. I made it all myself. Woo! They were like, we can do it all for you, design the bottle. I was like, no. I went home like a 5-year-old, drew it. It's really sad. But,
And is it like a traditional eau de toilette, or is it more like a Febreze?
It's an eau de toilette, yeah. It's not a Febreze.
If it goes well, can I do the male version of Smile?
Oh, you can. Anger.
Yeah.
Misery.
That'll do.
OK, so that isn't one of the most annoying things about modern life. Have another guess.
Manners. Bad manners. Discourteous behaviour. I think it's very important. I mean, I go home, my wife and kids still curtsy when I come in.
I think sometimes you do need bad manners, otherwise your life would just be hell. You need... Well, you know, if you go over to someone's house or you go out with someone you didn't enjoy it, you know, if you're not rude to them at the end of it, it's only going to happen again, isn't it? So it's best to say, to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. Food was chewy, and your partner is a crashing bore. It's been a rubbish evening.
You don't need to say any of that. You can do it with a look, and this is the look. Hi. Say, lovely evening. You just go.
I've had a great evening.
That is it. Yeah. You're pretty good at that look.
Yeah. I've had a great time.
Is anyone ever rude to you, Stacey? I can't imagine they would be.
There was this one person who just... Oh, no, it doesn't happen often. But there was one random girl come up to him and went, I've heard you're not very nice, huh? And I was like, oh, thanks. Shoot me down. Spit on my kids, why don't you?
Someone comes up to you and says, I've heard you're not very nice. That's just your chance to go, no, I'm not. Go fuck yourself.
What I don't like is all the swearing. I don't like all the swearing, particularly in porn films. See, come on, you're both having a lovely time. She's performing an act of great kindness, and all you can do is swear. It's so ungrateful. It is. I'll turn the sound down. I can't listen to it. I can't.
It's the little occasions, though, where people are rude and they show bad manners that is most upsetting when you're driving and you stop at a zebra crossing for someone and they walk across as if it's their God-given right. All you have to do is... That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Just a little...
And I, as a driver, am satisfied. That's fine. It's a good little exchange. I stopped for you. You said thanks. But then if they walk across without even doing that, you think, well, now I have to do a U-turn and see how fast this car can really go.
Let's have a look and see whether bad manners is one of the most annoying things about modern life. Yes, bad manners are the most annoying thing about modern life. My granddad used to insist on standing up whenever a lady walked into the room, which ultimately is what led to him losing his disability living allowance. So at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, Jack and Stacey have 2 points. John, Alex and David have 1. OK, John's team, what would you like to look off?
I like the woman.
He likes the woman.
Go for the frightened woman.
OK, so you've gone for the frightened woman. Here is a clip, a magnificent clip, might I add, to illustrate your question.
Chris, you chose Muhammad Ali.
Come on, Miss Piggy. Come on. Come on, I can't believe...
Sabrina, you chose Miss Piggy.
Yes, I did. Oh my God, I got the straight wrong answer.
I'm going to reveal the wrong answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The wrong answer is Miss Piggy.
Oh my God! Too high. I didn't like it at all. Stupid Muppets.
What I want to know is, what was the question? So the person that got it right said Muhammad Ali. She said Miss Piggy. How wrong?
That is how all stupid people should be punished.
OK, your related question. Most people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money. True or false?
I would, because my greatest fear is having no money.
You cannot argue with that. What's your greatest fear, Stacey?
I'm scared of quite a lot of things, most things, in fact.
Because you were on I'm a Celebrity, weren't you?
Yeah, that was scary.
What was the worst thing you had to do?
I hated that truck thing they put me in, where, like, every cubbyhole had a different, like, bug in it, and you have to, like, open them up and then untie knots. I mean, and you'd think they'd put the knots a little bit loose for you, you know? You've already opened this cupboard. Some spider, cockroach thingy has fallen on you. So I was covered in bugs, and I was just like, I can't open the knots. Why? And then it, like, tipped over, chucked me out the back.
Jimmy's trying to follow the story. He's going... I'd love you to explain the plot to a film like Usual Suspects. That'd be great.
OK, what's your greatest fear, John? What are you...
I'm scared of spiders, I'm scared of heights, I'm scared of things that will hurt. I don't understand why people are supposed to get over their fears. Fear is a legitimate thing to stop you dying of things. We used to do a thing at school where you go up to someone and you go, oh, I've got something for you. Oh, blinking powder. Oh, you blinked. You go, yeah, I thought you were going to throw something in my face. It's natural. I'm not going to get over it so that I can end up... But King Harold wasn't in a field going, yeah, didn't blink though, did I?
You make a point, and it's not... you know, you should be properly scared of things that are dangerous. You know that guy who had a pet cobra?
Oh, yeah, this was recently.
Yeah, he kept a cobra in his house, and you know, he kept it for a couple of years, and then sooner or later it just went like that, bit him, and he died. It was very sad. But he was quoted as saying that cobras are much misunderstood. I thought, yeah, by you.
My friend worked for a while in the lion enclosure in Melbourne Zoo in Australia, and they've had several people, 3 people have tried to break in to talk to the lions in the middle of the night. Mostly, there's a religious man who's jumped in twice and he reads the Bible to them. But the other guy was a karate, he was a black belt, and when the next morning all they found was his head, and there was a legal case afterwards to try and find out what had happened, and his sensei was called in, and the quote from his sensei was, no. All I said to him was, you are so good, you could fight a lion.
I love the way you say they had an inquest. Was it an inquest?
Inquest.
Inquest into the death. I'm not qualified in any way, but I could tell you what happened there. Lion go yum yum.
Do you think the lion toyed with him at all? Said, whoa, that's hard. What are you doing? You're a tough guy. What is this? Karate, is it? Never heard of that. Oh, stop. Ow, that hurts.
OK, most people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money, true or false? Sean?
What do you think?
Definitely.
Yes,
They
OK,
would.
yes,
I think people
definitely.
would.
We'll say definitely.
You're saying true, you're saying?
We think yes as well.
Yeah, go on.
OK, I can tell you the answer is true. 83% of people would face their greatest fear if they were paid enough money. People appear on shows like I'm a Celebrity to conquer their worst fears, like not being famous anymore.
Anyway.
Nation sweetheart. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Best thing about the countryside?
Having a nature week.
You live pretty much on a farm, don't you? Is it a farm?
I do live on a farm, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a working farm?
Works very well, thanks.
Your team does this evening, John, if you don't mind me saying, look like a farmer's convention. In a good way. In a good way. It just looks as if you're all here going, well, we'd like to learn a lot more about combine harvesters this week.
I think the joys of the countryside are subtle, aren't they?
Cow pat.
Subtle.
I think it's the best. Just that they called it cow pat. I think it's brilliant.
Quite easily pleased, Stacey.
Did you ever go cow tipping? Everyone pushes over a cow and they're like... Get back up again.
Have you ever done that? It's a lot of fun.
Fly tipping is very intricate. The best thing about the country is hanging around the woods and waiting for Alex James to run past. In all his gear. It's very funny.
I'd like to do it naked. I would like to run naked through the countryside.
Well, you own quite a big bit of land. You could just do that on your own land. They can't stop you, I don't think.
No, just everywhere.
There's something... A man running naked is never good. There's some flippity-floppity going on there. What do you like most about the countryside, David?
I like the lawlessness of it.
But given the frequency of murders in Midsummer and how late John Nettles solves them, imagine if you lived anywhere other than that, you could get away with a murder. Because he only just gets it anyway. If I lived in another village you didn't live in, I could definitely harpoon the cricket scorer.
Jack, you ever been to the country?
Yeah.
Like it? Hate it?
I like shooting owls. They got no right flying around at night. All the birds meant to go to bed at night time. They don't do that. So I don't have any truck with that.
That sounds like the sort of thing a psychopath would write in blood on a wall, going, I killed the owls because the birds go sleep night time. You don't really shoot all the owls anyway.
No,
you were just having a bit of fun.
It was just for comic effect.
Come on, everyone, relax a bit. I'll tell you what I like about the countryside is the vibrant wife-swapping communities. I mean, you can get unlucky. You go, oh, it's Auntie Sue again.
Still, she makes a terrific breakfast. Best thing about the countryside, I'll give you a clue.
Is it seeing Land Rovers in their natural habitat? roaming free. Plus, a lot of kids have never seen them in the wild.
They serve beer.
The pubs.
That's the right answer.
The pubs.
Yes, the best thing about the countryside is country pubs. I stayed in the countryside, and every night I found myself in the ploughman's arms. He was so hunky, I just couldn't help myself. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Alex and David have 3 points. Sean, Jack and Stacey have 3 points. It's a dead heat. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. If you want more, tune into 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut on Saturday. That's all from us. Good night.
Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, Johnny Vegas, Sarah Milliken, Example, Rachel Riley, Dr. Kristen Jessen, Tim Minchin, Jennifer Metcalf, Josh Whitacombe, Mark Watson, Nick Grimshaw, and their team captain, John Richardson. And facing them tonight, Louise Spence, Louise Redknapp, Russell Kane, Joey Essex, Lorraine Kelly, Vernon Kay, Joe Wilkinson, Joe Lysick, Ollie Locke, and their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 31% of men say they have a bucket list of things to do before they die? Number 1, find out where that smoke's coming from. 12% of British people have a friend with benefits. I've got a friend with benefits. She's on benefits. 4 out of 10 workplace relationships result in marriage, and 6 in 10 result in a written warning about the incident in the stationery cupboard. And almost a third of men aged between 20 and 34 live at home with their parents, the most common reasons being cost, convenience, and if you're from Norfolk, sex on tap. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean, Louise, Russell, what are the nation we talking about this week?
St Paul's.
Yeah.
St Paul's protest.
Yeah.
Have you been down there, Russell?
No.
Haven't you?
I'm not posh enough. It's just a load of
It's
like middle-class
weird.
people going, let's have a Euro degrees and pelts and paws. Here's a quail's egg. Here's a tomato. That's sunblast, you mofos. Take that at the banks. Let's go back on our gap year. Brown person, photo. Back to the UK, hooray!
It does feel a little bit like that some middle-class people saw Dale Farm and thought, that looks fun.
That looks so random.
I went down there to have a look. I went down there to sort of do a review for Campsite magazine. I gave it 3 stars because I said the drainage is amazing. Because obviously Christopher Wren knew a thing or two about. He built it on a hill. Very good drainage there as a campsite, and very good entertainment facilities. You got your pubs, your sightseeing, and of course there's a chapel on site. Not much for the kiddies. Not very much outrageous for kiddies. And the toilet block is frankly a disgrace.
That's like the camp in New York's got like a library and media. It sounds better than my school. They've got a juice bar. We had dog shit on the running track.
But it's a bit weird, the one in New York, because you don't actually get to see that much footage of it. You know what I mean? It's a big protest, but it's not been covered that much in the news. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's a bit
they
weird.
have deliberately played it down.
Yeah.
Well, so for something that's happening right the way around the world, but then it is, you know, it's anti-corporate, and a lot of TV stations are owned by corporations.
Oh, my God, Jimmy. Why isn't that on the news? That's like serious shit, man.
Have another go on this.
Corporations are controlling what we... Oh, my God.
The thing is, it kicks off in Tiananmen Square. Yeah, news crew, straight there. New York, Wall Street, don't hear a thing.
Yeah, those Chinese have got it right. They're open and free, aren't they? Why isn't it more like China?
Do you know what I mean?
China, they don't have this problem with capitalism, do they?
But they're supposed to be anti-capitalism and big corporations, and they've been seen buying Coke. Not proper Coke, Coca-Cola.
Not proper showbiz Coke. Not the kind of Coke we do on Countdown. Can I have a line, please? John, what do you think the nation should be talking about this week?
The Eurozone bailout?
The Eurozone bailout has been in the news a lot.
Yeah, I've been trying to sort of simplify it in my head, and the way I've worked it out is the cold countries are bailing out the hot countries. That's basically it.
That's exactly it. Why has no one made that point before?
It's Greece's fault. It's their fault they're in the situation. They borrowed too much money. And what do they produce? They produce flip-flops and ouzo. Who drinks something that sounds like a plasterer's nickname? Oi, ouzo! And also, they smash all the plates at the end of the meal. No wonder they're bankrupt. What the bloody Greeks, they need some fairy liquid and do some washing up. Yes. Well, the thing that seems to be dominating the news is the bloody Greeks. Yeah. Bloody Greeks, isn't it? It's the Greeks.
All right, Michael Caine.
Well, we're in trouble because I worked it out this week. You know when you work all year to get money and then you go on holiday for 2 weeks? But that's where they live.
Yeah. They're basically always on holiday.
They live on holiday.
Yeah.
So, like, they have...
That is a very, very good point.
They get through the year. They get through the year and they go, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for 2 weeks in Swindon. I'll go work in the Motorola factory for I'm going to do all the big things. I'm going to check in, I'm going to check out, I'm going to eat in the canteen. I tell you what, you come back more tired than when you went away. I'm not going to joke.
I can't decide whether it's racist or not, but I like it.
I think it's that footballer, Tevez. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the footballer Tevez?
I really don't know anything about football, but I think
you don't need to say that twice.
He's really expensive, and he refused to go on in some big match. And there was some sort of row, and you saw him being like, well, I'm not going on.
If you look at Tevez, though, he's a very unfortunate-looking chap, isn't he? He does. He looks like Shrek's ugly mate, doesn't he?
I refute that. Let's have a look. He's a great-looking guy. In fairness to him, that was a very sunny day. His flash is too strong. I like it.
He's attention seeking, isn't he? Let's face it, if you're gonna go to a football match and sit on the subs bench, you're probably gonna go on, let's face it, you've got to do that. And then he just says no. He's obviously an attention seeker.
You think he's an attention seeker?
Yeah.
He's obviously an attention seeker. It's the most attention-seeking sort of thing I've ever bloody seen. Jennifer, do you know any footballers?
No, I don't really watch it.
You don't really watch it?
I knew one once.
I read
You knew one once. Who did you know once?
Oh, don't talk about him.
Hollyoaks was like... I always thought Hollyoaks was like a shopping channel for footballers.
What's the other most important moment in life?
People do babies, don't they?
You made it sound like litter.
I think the only reason I want to have kids is so I can look at other people's without being accused of being a paedophile. Like when you walk past a... I don't mean in that way. word.
No, dig yourself out of this. I'd love to see this. He's got a shovel. He's on your marks, John, and dig your way out of that one.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground.
Sure. He's going deeper before he even starts the dig.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground and you just want to be able to watch the abandon of children. It's like watching nature. It's like when you watch the leaves change in autumn. Sometimes you want to watch a kid on a swing and think, oh, I used to be on swings before I had jobs and before people judged me and before I wasn't allowed to be in a park. And then before you know it, you've been there half an hour and someone says, oh, which one's yours? You go, I'll go then. Fine. I'm not... It's a nice... And sometimes a baby will look at you.
What you should say is, I haven't chosen yet.
X Factor?
You've been talking about X Factor. What's been going on in X Factor? Tell me everything.
There's been the bullying with Misha and whoever else she was doing it with.
It's Misha B, isn't it?
Yeah, Misha B, you get me. I love Misha B, though.
You love Misha B?
Yeah, I don't think it was bullying. I think it was just showbiz banter. She was meant to be bullying Sammy.
Sammy,
but Sammy said she wasn't. Sammy said, look, I'm 6'2", 20 stone.
Who said this?
Sammy.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, Sammy.
Sorry, who was it?
If you want me to spit at you, I said Sammy. I said Sammy, Sammy, Sammy.
Ironic that we're talking about bullying as I do this. Say Sammy. I like it.
So, all that...
I should just say, because I was teasing you a little bit there, if you're being bullied because you've got a speech impediment, there are people you can talk to. But it will take fucking ages and they may be
Oh, they're all rubbish. They're so... The Misha girls, all right. Sammy now. I'll still sing for the... I bet you are. Do-do-do-do-do.
Simon Cowell being on it. He was horrible, and I liked that. Because he knew that crushing people's dreams made good telly. Yeah. And I think he should have his own show called Crushing People's Dreams. People bad news, like... Unfortunately, your shed broken into. Stuff like that.
That's not actually a dream, is it?
That gives you a terrifying glimpse into Joe's life there. He's gone, my dream of my shed not being broken into.
Yeah, Joe's dream is to have an unbroken into shed.
Four times.
Yeah. Really?
Breaks your heart. I have to keep me spade in the hallway.
I imagine that for a man with your facial appearance, having a spade in the hallway doesn't frighten guests at all.
I thought it was completely laughable. They had Alexandra Burke as a guest judge on there. That's like having Stevie Wonder judging Miss World, isn't it? It's like...
But that's what happens with show business, isn't it? I mean, before someone goes out, you say to them, you know, do I look nice if you're in... You can I'll get the... God, just got on your paper now, I've got a stutter as well.
Now Sean's got to get tested. Your turn to go first. What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The Italian Prime Minister, Silvio Berlusconi.
Michael Jackson.
What, sorry?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, let's stick on one thing, shall we, for a minute? Sean had a guess there, and he was probably right, wasn't he? So let's...
We can talk about Michael Jackson if you want. I'm happy to do it if you want Michael Jackson to be our answer.
Well, what do you think the nation have been talking about Joey Essex?
Michael Jackson.
What have you been saying about Michael Jackson this week?
I don't know. I don't know whether it's true about him. Like, you know about the whole thing where did the doctor mean to kill him?
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know.
Well, he's been...
Well, it's been fascinating talking to you, Joe.
Is it the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor?
The family suspect foul play, and it just, you know...
Well, there was a delay, wasn't there, in resuscitation, giving him the kiss of life, because they had to... It took them ages to find an 8-year-old paramedic.
I love it. I suppose that's it, because you have to hold the nose while you breathe into the mouth, don't you? So that, obviously you don't want... Right, OK, well...
was thinking, before he died, his whole life must have flashed before his eyes. And his last thoughts must be, who's that little black kid singing my song? Isn't the question of guilt about whether he wasn't really paying attention to Michael Jackson? And he'd given him the propofol, and then he went downstairs to another room, and he had a baby listener. That's what I found out. That's the really spooky thing about it. And he must have been sitting there, like, watching Downton Abbey or whatever, and he could just hear Michael Jackson going,
Can I have some milk? Can I have some more milk?
and he'd be going, Michael, go to bed! If I have to come up there, you won't be going on that holiday to the O2.
Have some more milk.
I've heard a rumour that he's actually still alive.
Yeah,
Joey. He's still...
That's what I've heard.
Is he still alive?
He's on some random, like, desert island somewhere, just...
Well,
yeah. He's on a random
That's not
desert...
a rumour. That's a load of bollocks.
Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get.
Justin Bieber's meant to have fathered the child.
Yeah, but it's extraordinary because Justin Bieber's only...
He's only 4.
He's only 17.
Yeah. He's the first... It's why it's in the papers. He's the first 4-year-old even to be alleged to have a baby. Yeah.
No, he's 17 years of age, but apparently he's had a... Why have we stopped it?
Is that one of his songs?
Is that one of his songs?
I genuinely didn't know anything he'd done. I didn't know you could get... Because they keep describing it as a romp.
Yeah.
Which makes me a bit jealous, because I don't think I've ever romped. I think I frolicked once, but I'm not sure. But as apparently it was a 30-second romp, and you certainly can't have... That's like having a 12-course snack.
Yeah.
15 seconds of that was probably untucking his vest from his Spider-Man pants.
I mean, this is the... I mean, Justin Bieber strenuously denies the allegations, but...
How do you strenuously go...
I
didn't. He probably doesn't even know he did it. With that hair, you know his hair, it's like a sheepdog, isn't it? He probably thought he went for a really comfy piss.
Next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Louise, Russell, pick a question.
The man with his thumbs up.
This is your related question. Most people think children today are given too much praise. True or false?
My dad, he was quite interesting. He would give you some encouragement if, you know, on certain things. Like, he used to play that game. You know that game, Spine in a Sack? We used to play that. Do you ever play that?
Spine.
Spine. You ever play that when you were a kid? Spine in a Sack.
Spine in a sack.
Spine in a Sack.
It sounds more like
What
a
he'd
major
do,
injury.
what he'd do is he'd go out and get some roadkill. Well, he'd get a roadkill, and he'd whip the spine out, get the old spine out, then he'd break up all the vertebrae, put it in a sack, then he'd bounce it on our heads, right? And we'd have to guess what animal it was.
Oh! Spine in a sack.
Spine in a
Spine in a
yeah.
sack.
I mean, you probably called it something different, back in a bag or something. Whatever, it's the same game. I go, oh, is it chipmunk, Dad? And you go, don't be stupid, that's not even indigenous. How am I going to find that on a road? Harder, Sean, work harder!
Are you guys winding up? Is there really a
Sean, you never really talk about your softer side and being in love, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone. I'd like to see a bit of the real you.
Yes.
When did you fall in love, Sean?
Well, I always find that the confusing thing about falling in love is the symptoms of falling in love are sort of lightheadedness, giddiness, are very similar to the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm not sure whether I'm in love or the flu's blocked. You know?
John, have you ever been in love?
The first 2 people I fell in love with...
2?
Hedge your bets. Different occasions, both ended with their partners telling me to stop phoning their home. The first one was a clown, who I fell in love with when I was about 8. He opened a shopping centre near me, and I was transfixed. This guy could juggle, he could do magic, he had poems.
How old was the clown and how old were you?
Clown must have been in his late 20s, early 30s. I'm maybe 9 or 10. I asked for a picture. He's given me his card, It's only got his phone number on it. He obviously wants me to call. I left a few messages. And one day when I phoned up, his wife picked up, that bitch.
This sounds like an implausible story that the clown told the police. Like, no, he was calling me. Most men are too embarrassed to undergo beauty treatments. True or false?
Well, you've undergone a few. Or is that a natural tan?
This is natural.
Oh.
That's a natural tan, is it?
I've had sunbeds, but I've quit sunbeds now. I don't have sunbeds no more, so...
You've quit sunbeds?
Quit.
My God, so you've made some sacrifices, haven't you? When did you quit sunbeds?
Like last week.
Jennifer, you're a lady. Now, do you think men are too pampered these days? Do we do too much?
Yeah, I do. I like men, like, hairy, smelly. They come fast.
Johnny Vegas.
Can feel...
So, what's your daily regime, beauty-wise? What do you do, beauty-wise?
Obviously, you know, I wake up, look at myself, and I think, Reem. But then I get, then what? Then I get in the shower, do my hair afterwards, bang, bang. What are you saying?
Bang, bang, and who's over there?
That's meant to be the mirror.
Oh, I thought that was your carer. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Top way to boost your self-confidence. Go on.
I had a joint birthday party with someone with less friends than me. I've never felt so high in my life.
John, how did you feel about that? Best way to patronise someone?
Is it to ask them if they know what patronise means?
What do you think? Because people often think doctors are a little bit patronising.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. He nailed that! Top reason people are jealous of their friends?
I've got a mate who works at a Marmite factory.
Yeah.
He's always the talk of the town, so...
Yeah. Some people love him, some people...
No, we all love him.
Most useful thing your parents teach you?
Cooking, cleaning, sewing. That's what I learned from my dad. My mum taught me how to make jokes based on stereotypical perceptions of gender.
That is good, though, isn't it? Go on, most annoying habit.
It's the thing you do. I can't stand it. That thing you do like a little skip, you go, and then you go...
If you walk from there to there, you've got to then turn round.
Look, you just do that.
Well, how would you do it? How would you do it? Fine, let's see.
Small card.
Not easy, Sean. Yeah, OK, all right, Sean Lock, everyone, Sean Lock.
You don't do this.
What is your problem? Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.